I'm STEMilyK, your hostess to the world of STEM, and today we are talking about 3D printing. Now, for those of you that have never seen a 3D printer or have never been exposed to 3D printing, do not fear because I am walking you through the basics of 3D printing. When 3D printing, you use a material called filament. Filament, as you can see, is a plastic type material that gets placed inside of the 3D printer and creates all of the fantastic objects that come with 3D printing. Filament can come in all different colors and different material types. You can get filament that's more flexible, you can get filament that has wood particles inside of it, you can get filament that will create a harder, sturdier substance. So you have many options depending on what you are designing.
First step in 3D printing is the design process. You can see on my computer screen that I am on a website called TinkerCAD. TinkerCAD is where all of the engineering and designing occurs. On TinkerCAD, you can use techniques such as adding shapes, grouping items together, and creating holes in your design to create whatever your vision may be. For today's purpose, we are keeping things simple and printing the word STEMily. After you finish designing, you click on your object and hit Export in the upper right-hand corner. This .stl file is then saved in your downloads in your computer and is used when making the 3D printable file through MakerBot. Now it's time to open MakerBot. MakerBot is a software that you download onto your laptop that allows you to take your .stl file from TinkerCAD and convert it to a 3D printable file. On MakerBot, you click on Add File and then select your .stl file from your Downloads folder. You can change things on MakerBot, such as position on the build plate and the rotation of your object. When you are all done, you hit Export Print File. That will save as a .MakerBot file, and then you would save that onto a flash drive.
After you download your .MakerBot file from your laptop to your flash drive, you're going to take your flash drive and plug it in to the 3D printer.
Once you plug in your flash drive, then it's time to begin. You're going to press Print, then press USB Storage. Then you are going to wait for the 3D printer to read the files on your flash drive. Once the 3D printer is done reading the files from the flash drive, you're going to scroll down and select the file that you want to print. Once you click on that file, it will take you to another screen. You will press Print on that screen, and then it will also tell you how long it's going to take to print your file. After that, it will say that the extruder is heating. The extruder is where the filament comes out of to print your design. The extruder, after step 3 out of 3, has to reach temperature of 215 degrees Celsius, which is extremely hot and you have to be very careful. Once the extruder has completely heated, the build plate will rise and the extruder will prepare to start printing your design. The design printed in this video took about 8 minutes to print. Enjoy watching the 3D printer work its magic.
what you're going to do is you slide the MakerBot build plate out. It's where all of your designs get printed on. Then you are going to take your design and you're going to carefully pull it off. Once you pull it off, there is something that many 3D printing items are printed with, and they're called supports. Supports are printed so then your design does not fall apart, and if it's fragile, that it stays together, and supports give your 3D printer a platform to print your design on. As you can see by what I'm doing right now, sometimes it's a little difficult, but you will always be able to get your supports off.
And this is the final design.
I hope that you all learned something about 3D printing that you didn't know before, and that this inspires you to think of new ways that 3D printing can be applied in the real world. Well, that's all for today, and always remember, I'm STEMilyK, your hostess to the world of STEM.